There's something happening inside your body every single night. Something subtle, but powerful enough to change how you feel the next morning, physically, emotionally, even intimately. You might not notice it right away, but it's the reason you're waking up tired, foggy, and strangely disconnected, even after what you thought was a full night of rest. Now imagine what if one small change, one bedtime ritual, could help reverse all of that. Not months from now, but starting tonight. Hi, I'm Dr. James Whitmore. And if you're over 50 and feeling tired, disconnected, or low on drive, you're not alone. But I want you to know there's a natural way to fix it. This message is for the man who wakes up feeling like the spark is fading and doesn't know how to get it back. It's for the husband who sits quietly at the dinner table going through the motions, wondering when the intimacy stopped feeling real. It's for the grandfather who still has so much wisdom to give, but feels like his body is 2 steps behind. You might feel like your energy is thinning, that your drive has softened, that your mind is slower and your reflections somehow unfamiliar. You're doing everything you can, eating better, walking more, maybe even cutting back on things, and yet, that low, invisible fog doesn't lift. But here's what I need you to hear. You are not broken. You are not weak. And no, this isn't just part of getting older. What you're feeling is real, but it's also reversible. And what's been missing isn't more effort. It's understanding, rhythm, healing. Tonight I'll show you how to begin. There's something men rarely say out loud. Not to their doctors, not to their spouses, often not even to themselves. It's the quiet, aching feeling that you've started slipping away. Not dramatically, just slowly. You might catch it in a moment of silence sitting at the edge of your bed, or standing at the mirror, toothbrush in hand, wondering when the fire became a flicker. You want to feel connected, sharp, desired, strong. But lately you've felt like a shadow of that man, like something inside you isn't responding. Maybe the spark with your partner feels distant. Maybe your mornings feel like drudgery. Maybe even when nothing is wrong, you still feel like something is missing. And you try to push through. You tell yourself it's just a phase. You distract yourself with errands, with screens, with routine. But late at night, when everything goes quiet, the question returns. Is this just my new normal? I see it all the time. Good men, strong men, silently struggling. Not from failure, but from fatigue. And here's the truth. It's not your fault. You've spent decades being responsible, dependable, relentless. You've built a life, carried weight, protected others. But somewhere in that journey, you forgot how to care for yourself. Not in the gym, not with supplements, but in the stillness, the space where your body is asking for restoration, not performance. And that's why this matters. You see, most people assume that these issues, the fog, the fatigue, the intimacy struggles, are just normal aging. But that's not the whole truth. These symptoms are signals. Your body isn't giving up. It's giving you clues. And if you listen carefully, you'll discover that it's still capable of healing, of restoring, of rekindling what was never truly lost, only hidden beneath stress, routine, and silence. And it all begins with what you do before you sleep. Because sleep isn't just where you rest, it's where your body rebuilds. It's where your hormones reset, your blood flows freely, and your mind repairs. And what you drink before bed, it can either support this process or sabotage it. So tonight, we begin a new conversation, not about quick fixes or empty promises, but about restoring balance, about choosing something different, about reclaiming the connection between your biology and your dignity. Because when you give your body the right signals at the right time, something shifts, something powerful. And sometimes it starts with just one quiet sip, taken not out of desperation, but out of respect. Let me show you what that looks like. Let's get honest about what's happening in your body and why you've been feeling this way. After the age of 50, changes don't just happen outside in wrinkles or posture, they happen deep within your chemistry. One of the biggest silent shifts is the slow decline of testosterone. It's not just a hormone for libido or muscle. It influences your energy, your mood, your drive, your ability to focus, even your sense of purpose. By the time you hit your 60s, you may have lost 30 to 40% of your natural production. And yet you're still expected to function like nothing changed. But testosterone doesn't fall in isolation. Stress plays a massive role too. Chronic stress raises your cortisol levels, the fight or flight hormone. And when cortisol is high, your testosterone shuts down. Your sleep gets lighter. Your mind stays alert when it should be resting. And worst of all, circulation slows, especially where you need it most. So the fog, the fatigue, the disconnection, it's not weakness. It's biology screaming for balance. Now let's bring in the science. A study from the University of Chicago showed that just 1 week of sleep restriction caused a 10 to 15% drop in testosterone in healthy young men. Just 5 hours of sleep per night was enough to impact their mood, energy, and desire. Another Harvard study looked at men who consumed nitrate-rich foods like beetroot or tart cherry and found significant improvements in circulation, blood pressure, and vascular health. And the National Institutes of Health revealed how elevated nighttime cortisol levels were directly tied to reduced intimacy, poor sleep, and emotional withdrawal. These aren't gimmicks. They're biological truths, and they confirm something you've already felt, that your bedtime matters more than you think. That what you drink and how you wind down could hold the key to reclaiming your mornings, your clarity, and your confidence. Because your body isn't broken. It's just been misunderstood. And when you treat it with care, it responds faster than you realize. Let's talk about what's really going on inside your body and why you've been feeling the way you do. Because the truth is, for most men over 50, it's not just aging. It's a quiet biological shift that begins slowly and silently rewrites your energy, your confidence, your performance, and your sleep. And it's one that too many men accept as inevitable. But it's not. It's understandable. And most importantly, it's reversible. One of the most overlooked culprits is testosterone decline. After age 30, testosterone levels begin to drop gradually, about 1% per year. That may not sound like much, but by the time you reach your late 50s or early 60s, that decline adds up. And testosterone isn't just about intimacy or muscle. It directly impacts your focus, mood, energy levels, motivation, and even circulation. When testosterone drops too low, you don't just feel tired, you feel dulled. You feel like the man inside doesn't match the man outside. But there's more to the story. Another silent player is cortisol, the stress hormone. When you're under pressure, whether it's from finances, relationships, loneliness, or just the ongoing weight of responsibility, cortisol creeps higher and higher. And when cortisol stays elevated, it shuts down. Your testosterone production interrupts your sleep cycles and restricts blood flow throughout the body. It creates a constant low-grade state of fight or flight one that exhausts your system, clouds your mind, and makes intimacy feel like a distant memory. And here's where it all connects. The one time your body is designed to restore these systems is during deep, restful sleep. But if you go to bed tense, overstimulated, or inflamed, your body doesn't reset, it remains stuck in survival mode. This is why you may be waking up groggy, unmotivated, and emotionally distant. It's not because you're lazy. It's because your body was never given the chance to recover. Now let's anchor this in research. A groundbreaking study from the University of Chicago, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, showed that men who were restricted to just 5 hours of sleep per night experienced a 10 to 15% drop in testosterone in only 1 week. These same men reported feeling more fatigued, moody, and less focused, despite being otherwise healthy. Why? Because testosterone is produced during the deepest stages of sleep, particularly in the early hours of the night. Without that deep rest, your body simply can't do its job. Another study from Harvard Medical School explored the power of nitrate-rich foods, particularly beetroot and tart cherry juice. They discovered that these natural compounds significantly increased nitric oxide, the key molecule responsible for relaxing and expanding blood vessels, enhancing blood flow, and improving oxygen delivery to critical areas of the body, including those that fuel intimacy. Men who consumed beet juice in the evening saw measurable improvements in circulation by morning. And the National Institutes of Health found that men with high nighttime cortisol not only had lower testosterone, but also reported more fragmented sleep, reduced libido, and higher levels of emotional disconnection. In other words, the stress was breaking their connection not only to their partners, but to themselves. These studies reveal something powerful, that your biology responds rapidly to the right signals. And those signals aren't found in synthetic pills or extreme regimens. They're found in consistent natural rhythms, especially at night. Because your body wants to heal. It wants to produce testosterone. It wants to restore deep sleep and vibrant intimacy. But you have to give it the right conditions, starting with what you drink before bed. So the question isn't, can I feel like myself again? It's, am I giving my body the chance to remember who I am? In the next part, we'll explore the 3 most powerful natural bedtime drinks that science and tradition agree can boost circulation, lower cortisol, and restore vitality naturally, safely, and starting tonight. Now that you understand why your body feels the way it does, the real biology behind your fatigue, fog, and fading drive, let's shift to something more hopeful. What you can actually do about it. Because when it comes to healing, the body doesn't always need more effort. It needs the right rhythm. And sometimes that rhythm begins with a single sip taken at the right time in the right way. Here are 3 simple but powerful bedtime drinks that support testosterone, calm cortisol, and reignite circulation naturally, safely, and without pills or pressure. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked natural remedies for better sleep and hormone regulation, tart cherry juice. This rich red juice is a natural source of melatonin, the very hormone your brain uses to regulate sleep cycles. But unlike synthetic melatonin pills that can disrupt your internal clock, tart cherry works in harmony with your body. It gently encourages your brain to enter deep, restorative sleep, the kind where testosterone is made. Inflammation is reduced, and your body begins to restore itself from the inside out. But its benefits don't end there. Tart cherries are also packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help improve blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and support joint recovery. In one study published in the European Journal of Nutrition, participants who drank tart cherry juice before bed not only fell asleep faster, but also slept longer and experienced elevated natural melatonin levels. They woke up more rested and more hormonally balanced. To try it yourself, drink about 4 to 6 ounces of 100% tart cherry juice about 30 minutes before bed. Sip it slowly. Let it be a signal not just to your body, but to your mind that the day is ending and restoration is beginning. Next, let's talk about a drink that supports circulation, stamina, and confidence: beetroot juice. This isn't your average vegetable. Beets are one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in your bloodstream. Nitric oxide is critical for men over 50 because it dilates blood vessels, improves blood flow, and enhances oxygen delivery to every part of the body, especially where it matters most for performance. In a study published in the British Journal of Nutrition, older men who consumed beetroot juice experienced improved vascular function and better endurance, all from one simple glass. Unlike pharmaceuticals that force blood flow, beets gently support your body's natural ability to circulate and energize. To use it, drink 6 to 8 ounces of pure beetroot juice about 1 hour before bed. You can enjoy it on its own or combine it with Tart cherry juice for a powerful evening blend. It's best taken on a light stomach after dinner, but not immediately before lying down. And if beet juice seems like a bold move, just remember nitric oxide is nature's circulatory spark plug. And sometimes all your body needs is the right spark to come alive again. Now let's ease into something gentler, something that speaks not just to your chemistry, but to your nervous system. Ashwagandha tea. Ashwagandha is a powerful adaptogen, a class of herbs that helps your body regulate stress hormones. For men over 50, stress is often the silent destroyer of testosterone, libido, and sleep. High cortisol levels rob you of your energy and sabotage the very hormones that keep you grounded, confident, and connected. But ashwagandha works differently. It doesn't sedate you. It doesn't knock you out. It reminds your body that it's safe, that you can let go, that sleep isn't something to chase, it's something to allow. A clinical trial published in the Indian Journal of Psychological Medicine found that men who consumed ashwagandha daily experienced a 28% drop in cortisol, better energy, and a more balanced emotional state. And when taken as a warm evening tea, it becomes part of a sacred wind-down, a ritual of calm. To prepare it, use a store-bought ashwagandha tea bag, or mix a half teaspoon of organic ashwagandha powder into warm almond or oat milk. Add a pinch of cinnamon and a touch of honey if you like. Sip it slowly, in low light, away from screens, letting your breath deepen with each sip. And for those who want an even more traditional option, there's golden milk, a time-honored drink from Ayurvedic medicine that blends turmeric, black pepper, and warm plant-based milk. The turmeric provides curcumin, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories, and black pepper improves its absorption by over 2,000%. Together, they help reduce oxidative stress and support hormonal health at the cellular level. Golden milk calms digestion, lowers inflammation, and prepares the body for deep, uninterrupted sleep. You can think of it like this: Tart cherry helps you sleep, beet juice helps you circulate, ashwagandha helps you release, and golden milk helps you restore. Each one has a different path to healing, but they all lead to the same destination, a body that finally feels like home again. Because sometimes reclaiming strength doesn't require force. It requires rhythm, stillness, and the choice to treat your evening as sacred. So tonight, instead of numbing your exhaustion, nourish your recovery. Choose one of these drinks, hold it with both hands, and say to yourself, not with desperation, but with quiet conviction, I'm not fading, I'm restoring. And in the next part, we'll bring it all together with a simple 3-step routine to help you build this into your life. One calm evening, one strong morning, one healing moment at a time. Now that we've uncovered the truth about your biology and explored the healing power of simple nighttime drinks, the next step is building a rhythm your body can trust. Because vitality doesn't return all at once, it returns in patterns. Gentle, consistent, repeatable patterns. When your body feels that rhythm, it knows it's safe to heal. So here's a simple, realistic 3-step daily plan to restore what's been lost. It doesn't require perfection, just presence. Just a willingness to give your body the signals it's been craving for years. Let's start with the morning. The very first thing you expose yourself to when you wake up, it matters more than you realize. Before you reach for your phone, before you turn on the TV, step outside. Let your skin and your eyes catch real sunlight within the first 30 minutes of waking. Even 10 minutes is enough to reset your circadian rhythm, lower your cortisol, and boost your body's natural testosterone response. Pair that light with movement. It doesn't have to be a workout. A simple walk around the block, some light stretching, a few bodyweight squats. What matters is movement that says I'm alive, I'm engaged, I'm here. Then eat something real. Your hormones don't want sugar spikes or processed food. They want clean fuel, a boiled egg, some avocado, Greek yogurt nuts, or seeds. You're not just feeding your hunger, you're feeding your mitochondria, your testosterone, and your clarity. And now comes the middle of the day, where most men feel the dip. This is the time to reconnect, because vitality doesn't just come from food or fitness, it comes from meaning. Take 15 minutes to talk to someone you love. Share a memory, send a message, laugh, or spend time with your hands repairing something, gardening, writing, building. You've spent so much of your life giving to others. Now it's time to reconnect with your own sense of doing. Not out of obligation, but out of quiet joy. And when evening comes, shift into what I call the sacred wind down. 1 hour before bed, turn off every screen. The light from your phone and TV blocks your melatonin production. Instead, dim the lights, light a candle, turn on soft music if it helps. Prepare one of the drinks we discussed, maybe tart cherry or golden milk, or a calming ashwagandha tea. Sip it slowly, like a man honoring his body, not punishing it. And then, journal. Nothing dramatic. Just a few lines. Something you're grateful for. A moment from the day that made you smile. A prayer. A release. Gratitude is proven to lower nighttime cortisol and help you fall asleep faster, not just physically, but emotionally. When you live with this kind of rhythm, light in the morning, connection in the middle, restoration. At night, your hormones begin to remember their job. Your testosterone slowly rises. Your blood flows freely again. Your sleep deepens. And that quiet inner flame, the one you thought had faded, begins to flicker back to life. Now I want to speak to your heart. You've spent your whole life giving to your family, your work, your home. You've endured pressure. You've survived disappointment. You've hidden pain. And in all that effort, you forgot something simple: you matter too. Not just as a provider, not just as a protector, but as a man who still deserves to feel desire, still deserves clarity, still deserves to feel strong, not because of how much he lifts, but because of how deeply he lives. You are not a machine. You are not a diagnosis. You are not the tiredness that's crept into your bones. You are still here, still capable, still alive in all the ways that count. So tonight, let the world be quiet. Let the lists wait. Let the responsibilities rest. And give yourself 10 minutes of peace. One warm drink, one gentle breath, one quiet thank you to your body for carrying you this far. Because this isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming wholeness. This time, you're not fighting to be strong, you're choosing to be whole. You don't need a dramatic overhaul to reclaim your strength. You don't need to become someone new. You just need one quiet moment of truth, one choice to honor your body instead of punishing it. One evening where you say, I've done enough today. Now it's time to receive. So tonight, instead of scrolling your phone under the covers, instead of numbing out with noise or stress, try something different. Prepare a warm drink, turn off the lights, sit still, sip slowly, and let your body hear the message it's been waiting for. You're safe now. You can heal. If any part of this video touched you, if it helped you understand what's been happening inside you, or if it made you feel just a little more seen, a little more hopeful? I'd love to know. Drop 2 simple words in the comments below. I'm ready. That's it. I'm ready doesn't mean you've solved everything. It means you're open. Open to peace. Open to reconnection. Open to the idea that maybe your best years aren't behind you. They're still unfolding. And if you write it, if you comment, I'm ready, you won't be alone. You'll be part of a quiet brotherhood of men choosing to heal with intention, not shame. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, because Senior Health Secrets isn't just another health channel. It's a space where men like you can finally get the clarity, connection, and calm they've been missing. And as we close today's journey, I want to leave you with something simple, something true. You are not your blood test. You are not the number on a chart. You are not the silence in your bedroom or the fog in your mind. You are a man who has endured, a man who still feels, a man who deserves peace, vitality, and connection, not someday, but now. So tonight, take your time. Let the world dim. Let your shoulders relax. Let your breath deepen. And let your body begin to believe that healing is not only possible, it's already beginning. Because you were never meant to fade, only to evolve. And your best years, they're not behind you. They're just one choice away.